You ever sit there staring at your phone, scrolling through nonsense, and suddenly realize your life is passing by while you're doing nothing? I'm talking about right now, this very second. Every heartbeat, every breath, every tick of the clock is stealing a piece of you. And what are you doing with it? Waiting, hesitating, making excuses. Listen, 2026 isn't some far off year you can start fresh. In next week or next month, it's here. It's screaming at you, and if you waste it, you'll never get it back. I want you to imagine yourself at the end of this year looking back. Are you going to see a year you own? A year you conquered? Or a year you let slip through your fingers like sand while you played it safe? Here's the hard truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one cares about your excuses. Life doesn't wait for hesitation, for fear, for comfort. It only rewards action, raw, relentless, unstoppable action. And the question you need to answer right now is this: are you going to let 2026 crush you with regret? Or are you going to make it the year you finally fight for everything you've ever wanted? That's the one thing no one can steal from you. And at the same time, it's the one thing everyone wastes like it grows on trees. You've got 24 hours in a day. 40 minutes. Every single second ticking away is an opportunity. Every second you spend scrolling, doubting yourself, waiting for the right moment, is a second someone else is using to get ahead while you're standing still. And let me tell you something, life doesn't care about your excuses. Life doesn't care if you're tired or too busy or not ready yet. Time moves. Always, it's relentless, it's ruthless. And it's your greatest weapon if you learn how to use it. Think about it. The greatest fighters, the greatest leaders, the people who dominate their fields, they understood this. They knew that every minute they wasted was a minute someone else was sharpening their edge, building their future, becoming unstoppable. And that's exactly what you're up against in 2026. Not just the world, not just the competition, but yourself. Because if you don't seize this year, if you don't take every second and use it with purpose, you'll look back and realize that your potential was stolen, not by anyone else, but by your own hesitation. I want you to picture your life as a ticking clock, one that doesn't stop for anyone. Every second you spend doubting, waiting, or hiding in comfort, that second is gone forever. Imagine standing at the end of 2026, looking back at 365 days that you had and thinking, I could have done more. I should have done more. That's a heavy weight. That's regret. And regret is not something you want dragging you down. The people who win, the people who become legends, they don't give regret a chance. They attack every day like it's their last, like every moment is a round in a fight they can't afford to lose. Here's the truth about time. It's fair, but it's brutal. It gives the same 24 hours to everyone. Billionaires, athletes, dreamers, failures, they all get the same clock. But the difference, what you do with it. One person sleeps through the morning, scrolls through social media, watches other people live their lives, and at the end of the day, nothing is different. Another person wakes up, attacks their goals, pushes through fear, fights distractions, and suddenly time becomes an ally, a weapon, something unstoppable. That's power. That's how champions are made. And don't think you'll catch up later. That's a lie your mind tells you when it wants comfort. There is no later. Later becomes tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And before you know it, the clock has run out on you. But if you learn to treat every second like a fight, like a chance to be better, stronger, smarter, faster, then time stops being your enemy. It becomes your weapon. It becomes something you can control. Something you can use to crush fear, crush doubt, crush excuses, and build a life so full of purpose that no one can ever take it from you. Here's what I want you to do when you wake up tomorrow. Don't think about what's easy. Don't think about what feels comfortable. Don't wait for motivation to find you. It won't. Take your time, your minutes, your hours, and attack them. Attack them with discipline. Attack them with focus. Attack them with passion. Every action you take, no matter how small, is a brick in the foundation of a life worth living. Every second wasted is a crack in that foundation. And I promise you, the cracks get bigger if you ignore them. Time doesn't stop for anyone. It's moving right now. Right as you hear my words, it's slipping away, and it will never come back. But if you fight for it, if you own it, if you refuse to waste it, time becomes the weapon that builds champions. And in 2026, I want you to pick up that weapon. I want you to use it. I want you to make every second count, because if you don't, no one else will do it for you. Fear, excuses, Those two things, they're the silent killers of potential. The chains that hold people back from the life they dream about. You feel it, don't you? That tightness in your chest, that voice in your head whispering, I can't, not yet, maybe later. That's fear. And fear doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care about your potential. It only cares about keeping you comfortable, keeping you small, keeping you invisible. And excuses. Excuses are just fear dressed up in fancy words. I don't have enough time. I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. That's not life. That's death disguised as safety. Listen, fear is not something you get rid of. It's not some weakness you can magically erase. Fear is part of life. Fear is the signal that you're about to grow, that you're about to do something that matters. The difference between winners and losers isn't that winners never feel fear. They feel it. They feel it hard every single day, but they step in anyway. They move forward, even when their knees are shaking, even when their heart is pounding, even when every part of them wants to run. That's courage. That's power. That's what makes life worth fighting for. Excuses are the lies you tell yourself to feel safe while life passes you by. I can't. It's too late. I'm not ready. Those words are chains. They're invisible ropes wrapping around your potential and strangling it slowly. But here's the truth. There is no perfect moment. There is no ideal situation waiting to hand you success. If you wait for perfect conditions, you'll spend your life waiting. And waiting is the enemy. The only way to overcome fear and excuses is to act, to step in, to fight anyway. Even when it hurts, even when it's uncomfortable, even when every instinct in your body screams to stop. That's where growth happens. That's where greatness is born. Imagine standing on the edge of a decision that could change your life forever. The fear hits, your mind races. You start making excuses. But then, for a moment, you push all that aside. You take a breath, you step forward. That step, that single action changes everything. One moment of courage, one choice to act, can break the cycle of fear and excuses forever. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Fear loses its grip. Excuses lose their power. You start to realize something crucial. You are stronger than the doubts in your mind. You are tougher than the voice that says, you can't. You are capable of more than you've ever imagined. Here's the brutal truth. Life is not waiting for you to get comfortable. It doesn't care if you're scared. It doesn't care if you're hesitating. Every second you spend making excuses is a second someone else is fighting for what you're sitting back and letting go. And let me tell you, those people, they don't feel special. They don't have superpowers. They just acted while you were thinking. They moved while you hesitated. They conquered fear while you let it control you. And the gap between you and them is simple. It's action versus excuses. Fear and excuses will always try to come back. That's their nature. They will whisper, they will shout, they will scream, trying to pull you back into safety, into comfort, into nothingness. But you can fight them. You have to fight them. Every day, every decision, every second. The more you confront them, the weaker they become, and the stronger you get. You will start to realize that the only thing holding you back from the life you want is yourself. And that is a powerful, beautiful truth, because it also means that the power to change your life is in your hands. Right here, right now. So in 2026, I want you to make a promise to yourself. No more hiding, no more excuses, no more letting fear decide your life. Step in, fight, do the uncomfortable thing. Take that shot, make that call, take that risk. Push yourself harder than you ever have. Fear is not your enemy, and action is. Excuses are not your enemy, apathy is. Step into the fight of your life, and I promise you, the life waiting for you on the other side is worth every ounce of courage you can summon. Sacrifice. That's the word that separates winners from dreamers, the people who make history from the people who watch it happen. And let me tell you something straight. Sacrifice doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you comfortable. It doesn't make life easy. In fact, at first, it hurts. It pulls at you. It challenges you. It forces you to give up things you love, to push through pain, to trade temporary comfort for long-term results. And that's why so few people ever reach their potential. They are unwilling to pay the price. They want the glory, the success, the dreams, but they aren't willing to sacrifice. Think about it. Every great fighter, every great leader, every person who changed the game, they gave up comfort. They gave up the easy path. They gave up the nights of doing nothing just to chase what mattered. Success isn't built in the comfort zone. It isn't built in soft chairs or warm beds or endless excuses. It's built in the moments where you push yourself past your limits, When everyone else is quitting, when every bone in your body screams at you to stop, but you don't. You keep going. That's sacrifice. That's what it takes to win. Sacrifice isn't just about working harder. It's about being willing to lose something today to gain something greater tomorrow. It's about saying no to distractions, saying no to people who don't lift you, saying no to anything that doesn't serve your purpose. It's about trading the short-term pleasure for long-term power. Every hour you spend wasting your time, every convenience you cling to, every moment you choose comfort over challenge, it's a little theft from your future self. And your future self, he's waiting for you to make the right choices, waiting for you to be brave enough to sacrifice, waiting for you to step up and fight for what's worth it. Let me tell you, sacrifice is lonely. People will call you crazy. They will question why you're working harder, pushing further, refusing the easy way. They don't understand that every step back you avoid, every temptation you deny, every ounce of comfort you give up is building something bigger than them. Something bigger than you, something that lasts. It's a strange truth of life. The more you give up now, the more freedom you earn later. Sacrifice feels like chains until you realize those chains are what make you unbreakable. They're the weight that strengthens you, shapes you, and prepares you for the life you're meant to live. And here's the brutal part: sacrifice is daily. It doesn't happen once and you're done. Every single day in 2026, you're going to face choices. You're going to be tempted to take the easy way out. You're going to feel tired, lazy, frustrated. That's the exact moment that defines you. That's the exact moment that separates the people who dream from the people who win. If you want the life you're capable of, you have to choose the hard path. You have to push through the pain, endure the struggle, and keep your eyes locked on the prize. That's sacrifice. That's how greatness is forged. I want you to imagine your future self 5 years from now, looking back at 2026. Do you want them to see a year where you gave in? A year where you wasted time? A year where you chose comfort over challenge? Or do you want them to see a year where you fought every day, sacrificed every moment you had to build a foundation for the life you deserve? Sacrifice is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. It's the currency of champions. And the people who win in life, they don't make excuses. They don't hesitate. They pay the price every day with everything they've got. So here's my challenge to you for 2026. Embrace the grind. Embrace the pain. Embrace the lonely nights, the early mornings, the moments that feel impossible. Give up what you don't need. Trade comfort for power. Trade excuses for action. Every sacrifice you make is a step closer to the life you've always dreamed of. A life that no fear, no failure, and no one else can take from you. That's the truth. That's the reality. And if you do it, if you commit, if you fight with everything inside you, 2026 won't just be another year. It'll be the year you became unstoppable. Failure. Most people run from it. Most people hide from it. Most people let it define them. They let it break them, chain them, and convince them that they're not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy. But here's the truth that everyone who ever achieved greatness knows: failure is not your enemy. Failure is the teacher you've been begging for. It's the fire that tempers steel. It's the pain that grows you stronger. Every hit you take, every loss, every mistake, it's not a prison unless you let it be. Think about it. Every champion, every legend, every person who ever stood on top of the world, they all failed repeatedly. They got knocked down, beaten, humiliated. And they did it in public, in front of everyone, and they got back up. That's the secret. The people who win are the people who get punched in the face by life and decide, no matter what, they're going to stand up again. And not just stand, they fight harder, smarter, sharper. Failure teaches you where your weaknesses are. It shows you what doesn't work. It exposes the cracks that need to be fixed. And if you listen, really listen, it gives you a roadmap to greatness. Here's the harsh reality: failure hurts. It humiliates. It makes your stomach twist, your heart sink, and your mind scream, give up. You're done. This isn't for you. That's fear trying to disguise itself as reality. But you can't listen to it. You have to stare it in the eye and say, no, I will not quit. I will learn. I will grow. I will rise. Every loss is a lesson. Every mistake is an opportunity. Every failure is a stepping stone toward the person you're meant to become. And the sooner you accept that, the faster you rise, the stronger you get, the closer you get to winning at life. Imagine a fighter stepping into the ring for the first time. They get hit hard. They stumble. The crowd laughs. Their pride is bruised. But here's the choice. They can lie down, cry, quit, and let that moment define them. Or they can get up, shake off the pain, study every punch, every move, and step back into the ring stronger, sharper, hungrier than before. That's what failure is. It's feedback. It's information. It's not a sentence to sit in the dark and wallow. It's a challenge to rise above. It's life's way of separating the dreamers from the doers, the weak from the strong, the ones who quit from the ones who win. And let me tell you, fear of failure is one of the deadliest traps there is. People spend their whole lives avoiding risks because they're afraid of failing. They avoid trying, avoid pushing, avoid stepping into the unknown. But the reality is avoiding failure guarantees nothing. It guarantees mediocrity. It guarantees that your potential stays locked up, unseen, untapped. The only way to learn, to grow, to become unstoppable is to fail and then fail again and then fail better. That's how champions are made. That's how legends are born. That's how you take 2026 and make it the year you finally rise above everything that's ever tried to hold you down. I want you to remember this: failure is not a prison. It's not a stop sign. It's not a mark against you. It's a teacher, a guide, a stepping stone. The question is, will you let it teach you? Will you let it shape you into someone stronger, smarter, hungrier, more relentless than you've ever been? Or will you let it scare you, paralyze you, define you? The choice is yours. Every time you get knocked down in 2026, get up. Every time life hits you, hit back harder. Every failure, every setback, every mistake, use it, study it, learn from it, grow from it. And then when the world thinks you're broken, show them you're unstoppable. Your life is yours. No one else controls it. No one else decides how far you go, how high you climb, or how much impact you make. The moment you realize that, truly realize it, is the moment everything changes. You can't blame circumstances. You can't blame luck. You can't blame the people around you, the world, or anything else. That's weakness. That's comfort. That's giving your power away. If you want 2026 to be different, if you want it to be a year that matters, you have to take full ownership. You have to step into your life like a fighter stepping into the ring, like a warrior claiming their ground, and say, this is mine. Every second, every choice, every action, it belongs to me, and I will make it count. Owning your life means no excuses, no whining, no waiting for someone to hand you your shot. It means recognizing that your time is limited and that every single day is an opportunity to get closer to the life you deserve. It means discipline, focus, and relentless effort. It means building habits, making sacrifices, and refusing to settle for anything less than greatness. It means pushing past fear, crushing doubt, and taking action even when your body, your mind, and the world scream at you to stop. Life is not going to hand you success on a silver platter. Life doesn't owe you anything. The only way to win, the only way to leave a mark, is to fight for it with every ounce of strength you have. And leaving a legacy, that's the ultimate goal. Because owning your life isn't just about surviving or even thriving. It's about creating something bigger than yourself. Something that lasts. Something that inspires, motivates, and helps others long after you're gone. Your legacy isn't built in comfort or ease. It's built in the moments you choose courage over fear, action over hesitation, sacrifice over indulgence. It's built in the risks you take, the challenges you overcome, and the people you lift along the way. A legacy is not measured in money or fame, it's measured in impact, in the lives you touch, in the inspiration you leave behind. Imagine this: 2026 comes to an end. You look back and you see a year where you owned every moment, where you fought through every obstacle, where you refused to be ordinary. You see the decisions you made, the battles you won, the risks you took, the people you helped, the goals you crushed. That's the feeling of leaving a legacy. That's what it means to live a life that matters. And it all starts with one choice: to stop waiting for someone else to decide your future and start deciding it for yourself. Here's the hard truth: most people will never take ownership. Most people will drift through 2026, letting days slip away, letting fear control them, letting excuses chain them down. But you're not most people. You're listening to this. You're awake. You're ready. And now it's time to step into your power. Step into your life. Take the hits, learn from them, rise stronger, and push forward. Build something that lasts. Fight for your dreams like your life depends on it, because it does. I want you to see your life as a story that only you can write. Every action you take, every decision you make, every moment you refuse to waste, it's a line in that story. And at the end of 2026, I want that story to be unforgettable. I want it to be the story of someone who refused to quit, Refuse to give in. Refuse to settle. I want it to be the story of someone who owned their life and left a legacy that no one could ever erase. So make a vow right now. Make a promise to yourself that 2026 will not pass you by. Make a promise that you will own your life fully. Fight for every second, sacrifice, endure, rise from failure, and create a legacy that inspires not just yourself, but everyone around you. The world won't wait for you. But if you step up, if you fight, if you commit, if you own every single moment, you will leave a mark that lasts forever. And that is the life worth living. So here's the truth you need to hear before 2026 slips through your fingers. Life will not wait for you. It doesn't care about your plans, your fears, your comfort. Every second that passes is a second you can never get back. You have a choice every single day, every single moment. You can waste it, or you can own it. You can hide behind excuses, fears, and what-ifs, or you can step into the fight and take control of your life. I want you to remember this: the clock is ticking, and the world is moving. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you your shot. But you have the power to rise. You have the power to fight. You have the power to create a life that matters, a life that leaves a mark, a life that inspires, a life that echoes long after you're gone. So make this year different. Make 2026 the year you refuse to settle, the year you refuse to quit, the year you turn fear into fuel, failure into lessons, sacrifice into strength, and time into your most powerful weapon. Own your life. Fight for it. Build a legacy that no one can take away. The people who succeed, the people who leave a mark, the people who truly live, they don't wait for the perfect moment. They take the moment they have and make it perfect. And that's what I want for you. Take this moment. Take your life. Take 2026 by the throat and show the world and yourself exactly what you're made of. Remember this: you are the fighter, the champion, the unstoppable force in your own life. The only question left is, will you rise, or will you let 2026 pass you by? The choice is yours. Make it count.